Here we go. This is our October 2021 Cracker Barrel Kahoot. Question number 1, which Massachusetts council was associated with the Wonucks tribe? Is it the Hampshire Franklin, the Hampden, the Berkshire, or Mount Tom? And I will again apologize in advance for how much I will butcher these names. The answer is the Berkshire Council. So as we get out of the gate, Beagle Scout is in the lead with Sweaty or Sweetie, however Greg wants to pronounce it, and Roy 525. All right, question number 2. Which of the Okinichi dance team rounds is the tougher piece? The one with the headdress without feathers, the one with no headdress, or the headdress with feathers? This goes back to Greg Grimes' presentation on Okinichi Showstoppers a few weeks ago, and the 2 dance team rounds. The answer is the headdress without feathers. Greg has jumped into the lead with Joe right behind him, and then Scatter Dunes in third now. So a very different looking leaderboard. Number 3, what year did the BSA start issuing council to design CSPs to replace the city and state strips on the uniform? 1970, 1975, 1976, or 1979? $1970. More movement in the top 5. Next question. Some of the proceeds from early Apple Days in St. Catharines, Ontario were used as a down payment for which scout camp? This will be a Canadian scout camp. Camp Open-Macon, Camp Wetaskiwin, Halliburton Scout Reserve, or Tamarakuta Scout Reserve? And I'm sorry, I know I butchered them.
Yeah, you pretty well did.
Yeah. All right, so I know I missed that presentation. How do you pronounce the right answer?
Wetaskiwin.
Wetaskiwin, Camp Wetaskiwin is the correct answer. All right, we've got a new leader on the board. Next question, what is the name of the company that produced the Max Silver buckles? The Nashua Corporation, Kraft Macaroni, Kaminsky Incorporated, or Bronzecraft? Bronzecraft.
There was a trick in there. Kaminsky was Max Silver's company.
Wow, this is harder than a merit badge.
Yep. Who was the BSA's first Eagle Scout? Arthur Elred, Johnny Pleasance, Larry Lane, or Randall Barnett?
All right, I know which one I'm picking.
You can't vote for yourself, Johnny.
on Brush Creek land.
All right, now I want to know who actually picked Larry Lane.
Larry Lane. Larry.
All right. Not too much movement in the top 5 this time. Okay, how many of the Okinichi, or how were many of the Okinichi A1s destroyed? The Lodge Chief threw them in a dumpster. The Vice Chief and Lodge Chief cut them up. The Lodge burned them, or the Lodge Chief fed them to a paper shredder. As you'll recall, there were 100 A1s created and a handful were destroyed after they weren't earned before whichever year's conclave that was. Correct answer is the Lodge Chief burned them, though there is a chenille that went into a dumpster, which is why I'm sure Greg gave me that answer. Question 8, when was the first Fort George camp held? 1984, 1985, 1983, or 1986? (1984). 3 players have a answer streak of 4. That's a good sign. Question number 9. What regiment is portrayed by BSA members at Fort George Camp? The US 5th Regiment, the New York Militia, the US 6th Regiment, or the 1st Kentucky Rifles? Correct answer is the US 6th Regiment. How did that impact things? A little bit, not too much. Scatter Dunes is still leading us tonight. Question 10. BSA National requires that each council CSP design have what within it? The map of the state, the name of the state, the fleur-de-lis, or the fleur-de-lis?
I think everyone's gonna get that right.
Florida Lee, I love it. Don't tell Greg Grimes, they'll put that in one of our class.
Now I'm tempted to tell Greg.
He'll ghost it in.
Everyone
He
knows
will.
why they,
He would.
you know why they did it? You know why they did it? Because I was working very closely with supply division, and people were going to other companies other than going to them. So they required that you either put a fleur-de-lis on it, BSA on it, or say Boy Scouts America, and the only ones allowed to do it were them. Okay.
Yep.
It did not work. It did not work for another 10, 15 years or 20 years until they sued all these companies and threatened them. So that's the story there.
I am glad to see that everybody got that one right and took the French spelling as opposed to the North Carolina spelling.
They always look it up, the French.
All right, question 11. What year was the first Max Silver buckle issued? 1947, 1950, 1953, or 1955? All right, 1950 is the correct answer. All right, our top 5 remain the same, just slightly different order. Next question, question 12. As a follow-up to the Scout Trees presentation, what non-patch item did Joe recently add to his collection? A coffee mug, a matchbook, a pencil, or a sugar packet? Correct answer is a sugar packet. And we see some change on the leaderboard. Question 13, for how many years were the Max Silver buckles produced? That shouldn't say first. 55, 57, 60, or 63? How many years were the buckles produced? I'm hoping I got that one right. Did I get that right, Richard?
What year did you say?
I
how
said
many
they were produced for 60 years.
It's 60 years. If you
Okay.
notice, if you did the math,
It
on
was
the
50
previous-
to 2010, right?
If you
Okay.
did the math though on the previous answers, all the answers added up to the same number of 60, no matter which year you picked on the previous ones, so
Ah.
that it would all show to 1910.
We have a new leader, but our top 5 remain the same with 2 questions left. Penny and Tsunotomi Lodge 507 was associated with what scout camp? Camp Chesterfield, Camp Osceola, Camp Pearson, or Camp Eagle? The only way I knew how to pronounce Camp Osceola was the fact that I was in that section down at the Osceola Lodge. Otherwise, I really would have butchered that one. Camp Eagle is the correct answer. 5 of you got it right. And we've got a couple new folks up here in the top 5. Our final question of the night. What organization awards Eagle Scouts with college scholarships each year? The Boy Scouts of America, Scouts BSA, the National Eagle Scout Association, or the National Gathering of Eagles? I'm glad to see that everybody got that one right as well. If you've been a Scoutmaster, you've hounded your high school students to high school Eagle Scouts to put in their application for a National Eagle Scout Association scholarship. All right, our podium for tonight. In third place is Roy 525, got 11 out of 15 right. In second, Scouter Dons. And our winner tonight, again with 11 out of 15, is Greg Sweatman.